What is up, guys? On this episode, I'm going to take this thing for a little test drive, just make sure everything's good on it. Like I said, still work needs to be done on it. Tomorrow, I want to swap this out, take this down to my Graham's house, bring the Eclipse up here, and my lens looks dirty. So yeah, I want to bring the Eclipse up here. I have a lot of work to do. I need to start forming plates and welding. I want to get that seat bracket finished, because after that leaves me open to button the interior up, because then I can clean the passenger side. There's no rust over there, and we can get that carpet, that spray painted carpet in, and put the seats in and put the covers on them. The convertible top does have a leak when I was down there. It's not the top, I'm gonna put it that way. It's the seal right where the window's at up front. It was dripping down onto the front corner of the seat that I have laying in there right now. So we're gonna have to find some solution for that. If I have to add some sort of seal in there or something, so that when the window's closed, it seals it off. But then you also have to watch, because of it being a convertible top, that seal stays in place whenever you close it. So we'll have to look into that, see if there's some solution for it, or if it's just that the window wasn't tight. I don't know. And I was down there, I just know it was musty inside, and the seat was wet, and you could see right where it was leaking. And up around the window, it was wet where the water was coming in. So yeah, let's get this beast out on the road. I don't really want to get it muddy. I would love to get some video of it, you know, mudding and stuff, but I just don't really want to have to clean the thing again. I got a cameraman. I mean, we got a camera woman. She's gonna go with me. Yeah. Wait, no. Well, I can get in the front door or the side door. But yeah, she's gonna do some filming for me. She wants to ride in the Xterra.
I might as well.
And she doesn't really want to ride in it, but I just asked her, hey, you want to go for a ride in it? And she was like, I guess. And I'm pretty sure all you guys saying that I should keep the Xterra and sell the Kia are the same ones that said happy wife, happy life. Would you rather have the Kia or the Xterra? See? See, you gotta have that happy wife. Well, are you impressed?
Well.
No. She likes the Kia. Yeah. I told you guys this isn't the Kia's staying. We're selling this. But it was a nice thought, guys. So on our little excursion, when we got back, check engine light came on shortly before I got home, and I got here and used that Ansel code reader that I got, and I have two codes, one for bank 1 O2 sensor and one for bank 1 NOx sensor. So I don't know if the NOx sensor is going to cause both of those. I have no clue, but I don't know. It might not have been throwing the O2 code because that exhaust was leaking. So who knows? Until I get that new NOx sensor and everything on there, we'll see if I have to throw an O2 sensor on too. But we'll eventually get all the kinks worked out of it before we get rid of it. These two are so lazy all morning. Hey, what are you doing? What? What have you been doing all morning? Don't pout. So I got off to a very sluggish morning. By very sluggish, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Stella is checking out my new box here. I went to Walmart for no reason since I was having a sluggish morning, and I bought this cabinet style tool rolling workshop. That was pretty neat because I'm always carrying around bags full of stuff, where this thing has wheels on it, and I can keep my power tools separate from my hand tools up top. It's like separated. So got this, and I also got yeah, this was only like 23 bucks. Yeah, 23.42. And I got the, and I dumped it. And I shut it on my fingers. It's not very stable on carpet, but this bottom opens up and the top toolbox lifts off, and it's like a cabinet underneath. But I got these to lock the sides. Ta-da! So I can put all my power tools and stuff down here. Actually, I'll just throw the bag in there because it fits what it looks like it does. Look at that. There's plenty of room. Alright, so I'll show you what I don't like on this thing already. Listen. Like, even, like, it barely has any ground clearance. Look at the wheels caulking out. They like don't give you any clearance. The wheels are the same height. So, I guess you're supposed to carry it like really, if you carry it like this, you don't have a problem, but then all your tools dump. Now there was another one there that I looked at, and it was more of a cooler style, like it was longer and it had a handle on the end. I liked that one because the handle was longer, but every time you picked it up you were dumping all your tools to one side, which now that I look at this thing, basically going to do the same thing. It was a couple dollars more. Should have went with it, but I'm just going to carry it right now. Still decent. It's time to play musical cars. I'm going to take this down to my Graham's house. I have to move my truck and my dolly out of the way to get the Eclipse out, and we're going to bring the Eclipse up here. And I'm putting the top down because it definitely is going to need to air out. So the Eclipse is completely dead. The battery's dead. So I got in it, but I got nothing. No power. So get my truck out of the way. I'm gonna pull my dolly just over here. Alright, so I'm going to have to come back down and move all these back over here. Well guys, we made it home. She's a little loud, the exhaust leak. But anyway, our leak from the windshield, like I said, it was leaking right around in here. To me, I have no clue how these even work, but I think it might have been leaking through that little hole right there. Does that connect to here? I might have to put some water in there. I think it's supposed to drain out from there. I don't know how exactly these seals work. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, it was, like I said, it was just dripping right here. I could see it whenever I came down. The seat was wet. Everything's dried out now, and doesn't smell too bad inside. But I want to get that seat mount done today, hopefully, because then I can like throw everything back in, and that's what I want to get done, is the interior. But well, my belt's not squeaking now, but I want to take care of this. My AC belt is squeaking. or it's not the AC pump, it's the power steering pump belt. There's two separate belts. So that motor mount down there really smoothed things out, but we had to loosen that bolt and that bolt, and then we should be able to get a little bit of play out of it, but that belt is a little bit floppy. Alright, so I tightened the belt up and it you know, quieted it up some. Another thing I want to look at while I'm in here is I'm seeing a lot of oil over here, and there's only 2 bolts left in that top inspection cover. I want to go ahead and take them off and look over there and make sure I don't have a seal leaking. I did spray this thing down, and maybe I just didn't clean it good enough, but like down in here I can see a good bit of oil sitting down in there. Like I said, I might just not have cleaned it good enough. Got a lot of oil everywhere over on this side. So I want to take that cover off because I don't see where anything else is leaking or anything else that could leak. I'm just seeing a lot of oil over here that shouldn't be there. Well, as shitty as it looks, I almost have to say that the cam sprocket seal is leaking. It's a good bit of oil around there, oil on the belt and stuff. Don't know if I'm going to get into it or not, but we're definitely, let's see, underneath it. And actually, it's not like fresh oil up underneath there. It's gunky. It's not like fresh oil coming out though. Let me clean everything off real well, and then we'll make a better assumption. I can run it with this off. That's like straight JDM right there. Run it with no cover. That's how you do import style. Okay, so if we have a leak, it's not a serious leak. There's nothing coming off of it. It's dry. I sprayed everything down real good. Got everything dry. The belt still has some residual on it, but there's fresh sealer the whole way around the valve cover, and I'm wondering if the valve cover wasn't leaking and getting oil everywhere, and I'm thinking they just didn't clean under the timing cover because they had the top 2 bolts out so that you could pull the valve cover, but it looks like they did do a good seal job on it. I can see they didn't overdo it on gasket sealer. There's just a little bead you can see the whole way around, and I don't see where it's leaking anywhere. I just think that it was leaking and it got all through the inside of the timing cover and they didn't bother to clean it up. So it looks a lot better now. My power steering pump is still making a little bit of noise, and I don't know if we have a bearing going bad in it, or if it's, you know, I tightened it up. It's not squealing like it was, but every now and then you get a little squeak out of it. So yeah, the motor still sounds healthy to me. I think it does. So she's at least running good. Gotta change this coolant bottle out, which is going to be very plain and simple. How I could do it while it's running is there's still fluid in it, surprisingly, because it's cracked in the back. So let me swap these over real quick. So since I didn't have the car here when I got the coolant bottle, I didn't really, you know, get to look at it. I just know it had the clip in the back, kind of like this one. 2 completely different bottles. They're not the same. We're gonna make this one work, but I can't mount it where the other one was. I can put it on the mount and, you know, push it down in, but that just sits up way too high. So we're gonna have to mess around and find a different place to mount it, and we'll figure it out here. Yeah, that's crappy. As for right now, its home is laying in here at an angle, just a little bit of an angle. It's way too high over here. It clears the hood right there. It fits in there, and it's, you know, it doesn't look too bad, but that's, you know, it's kind of inconvenient where it's at. But that's probably how the mounting is going to be for it when I figure it out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have to take that mounting plate right there and then weld a plate in here to mount it to. But that's where it's going to sit for right now. It's not going to go anywhere. So, in fact, I might zip tie it there for now. But whatever, it's going to serve its purpose where it's at. I still don't see that seal leaking. So, if anything, maybe the gear itself might be leaking right out of the center of it. That's a possibility. You're supposed to put sealant around them bolts and you put them in. Actually, I think there might even be a washer that goes on there, and it doesn't look like it has one. So, might be able to take that bolt out without messing with the timing. We'd have to clean it up real good and put some sealer on there, but might be able to do it. Let me see what I can do. Well, I went ahead and threw the cover back on. I don't have the tools to get that bolt off of there, but I should be able to take it off sometime, and without taking the timing belt off or anything. I still don't know if it takes a washer or if I should just throw some sealer on it, but I'm pretty sure it's leaking right around where that bolt is in the middle of that gear. But I found another bolt to the timing cover was wedged down in here. There's still one missing, and you know, besides that, didn't really get much done here. Coming in clutch with the seat reupholster. Oh shit! Oh hell yeah! But anyway, I'm gonna run down to my dad's, and hopefully, actually, let me rip the seat up real quick so I can grind that whole area there, and then I have steel plate over here I need to cut to size, which I can do that here too, right here. So what we're gonna use, cut it to the right size, and that's what the seat's gonna mount onto. Inside the cup holder, I have the insert that I have to weld into this, but we need to cut this to size under the seat, and this needs to be bent then. Alright, so basically I'm just going to get a measurement side to side here. I don't even care about these holes here. We're just going to, in fact, I might just run the plate the whole way over to here and weld it on right there. You can see all the spots I hit with rust inhibitor have rusted. So that rust inhibitor doesn't work as a rust inhibitor unless it's just running down from underneath here. I don't know. Anyway, we gotta take this plate, mark it. We're basically just gonna make a U shape with it, set it down over here, and just weld it across. So that's what's gonna happen. That needs ground too. It's got a little surface rust on it, but we'll paint that up. And I need to get some that galvanized paint or whatever that you can weld over top of. So I'll eventually pick up some of that, but I don't have any right now. So we're gonna do what we can do. Basically, it's an insert like this. We're gonna weld into this plate and then set down in here. What we'll do is we'll bolt it to the seat and then set the seat in and tack it on, and then take the seat out and finish welding it. Alright, so I took my piece of steel down that I marked, and there's like a metal anvil that's like part of the workbench down there, the one that's going to go in my garage. And I just laid this over the edge and just hammered the edges down, made a channel, and then I had to beat it a little bit, but for the most part fits perfect. So we're gonna lay the seat. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark out right here where it's at with the paint marker, which I'll probably have to grind off here later. So I'll mark it here and mark it here because it only lays in one spot, so I don't have to worry about it like shifting around. It fits perfect right there. Now what I need to do is lay the seat in here where it's supposed to be, and where that bolt hole is, I'm going to put a dot down through it. So I mark this plate, and then I will get the insert and lay it on there and trace around it, so then I can see where I need to cut out to weld that in. So yeah, let's throw the seat in, and we'll get this marked up. I'm going to leave it in there for right now. Hopefully it doesn't shift on me, but let me put a couple more marks on it so I can see if it shifted on me. Okay, so now keep in mind that's it. I traced the outside of that insert, what I had left. You don't want to grind it out to the same exact size as this, or that's actually the outside circumference, so it's going to be too much. What we're going to do is you know, grind it out close to that, and you know, we'll drill it out, get it close. I don't know if I should put the seat on. I don't think there's a little bit of play in that seat, so even if it's shifted to one side or the other just a little bit, I believe we're still going to have be able to bolt it up, and even if not, we can ream out the hole in the seat and make it fit. But I don't think it's going to be too far off if we weld it in right where it's at now and get that insert in there. We want to put the insert in first before we tack this in. What it should do is cut it out to that round diameter and then just drop it down through, and then we can weld it in. That's probably the best way to go about it. Okay, so I couldn't find my step bit, so I got down to 1/2 inch, but I can't make it any bigger because I can't find it. I know I just bought one. That's how it goes. You buy tools and then you lose them, especially when you don't have a garage to put them in. So I'm going to go ahead and run down to Dad's and see if there's a possibility I can use this welder, and I know he has a step bit, so I can drill that out to the size to get that to fit in. Then we can weld it on there, and then ticky-tacky, and there we go. Give it a little ticky-tacky. I want to get this welded in ASAP, because the sooner this thing's welded in, the sooner we can finish this whole interior. This is the only thing holding us up from finishing this. Alright, so I'll show you what I did off camera. You want to clean your metal as best you can to weld it. I wire wheeled it, got it pretty clean. Also, you can see the holes drilled out now. Try to do this one-handed. Here's my insert, which I cleaned up. So I'm going to tack it from the top to hold it in place, and then we're going to weld it the whole way around underneath, and that's where it's going to hold, and then we'll grind this flat or close to flat.
I was so sure of our love. I never thought of any reason, a doubt about us. And now I'm right back at the start. Halfway through a bottle, baby, and nothing's enough. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy.
The ones on the front were ugly. The ones on the back aren't that bad. I made a couple passes through, you know, not perfect, but that is a strong weld. They are not going to go anywhere. Look how ugly those are. I don't know what I did. It's just, it was pitted rusty metal. That's probably why it wasn't welding that great, but it held it in place. It served its purpose. Now, got to go out and weld this onto the car. Shit.
Me in trouble, baby, and I can't break away. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before. So take it easy, take it easy. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before. So take it easy.
I'm not a professional welder, guys, so don't knock my welds. I don't weld very often, but it doesn't look horrible. It ain't going anywhere, I can tell you that much. Yeah, I got a little porosity in a couple spots, but for the most part, it is it's not going anywhere. In fact, that seat mount is going to be way stronger than that one. So let's TJ hunt. We can keep moving forward. So I just wanted to show you guys, I got the front of the seat, got the over the studs. It has studs in the front and then threaded holes in the back. Look at that. And then the other one, well, actually it needs to go over just a tad, but now they're both perfectly center. Just goes to show you, you don't have to like measure out everything and be precise, and you know, yeah, it's lifted up a little bit because I put the bracket on top, but that is really not going to make a difference in this seat once it's bolted down tight. So yeah, I'm more than thrilled with that. I think it turned out pretty good. Now it makes me anxious because I have to go to work tomorrow, and I'm like, I really want to throw this interior back together. And we have another issue. I need to find the fuse box, but the radio that I put in is not getting power. So I don't know what's going on. If when the battery died, it triggered it somehow. I just had the battery disconnected, so we can see if this makes a difference. But yeah, I put the Nabori keychain on this one because, well, it's gonna go with me eventually. But let's see. Let me see if there's power to the radio now. Now that I reset the battery, yeah. So I guess when the battery went dead, it screwed something up in the radio, but yes. we still have some daylight, so I'm not stopping now. I'm gonna try to dynamite the whole floor right here, so it's done. Then we'll just have to do the rest of it. I got a lot to clean out of the vehicle before I even start that, and we'll do that on Friday. I say that we'll do it on Friday, but I'm hoping I have time to on Friday. I don't know what all I have in plans. I'm kind of like, you know, shit just comes up and we're gonna do it. I try to make plans, but it never works out. So let's get this cleaned up and get some dynamite in it. Yeah, it's not perfect. I just threw it in there real fast. I should have had a pair of scissors to cut it, but whatever. Basically, you just piece it in there. It doesn't have to look pretty. It's going to be underneath the carpet. But this is the only thing I had to leave out. That's for the seat belt. And all that is the sensor to tell the car that the seat belt is plugged in. So, yeah. What we'll do, I'm not sure if we're going to dynamite this back yet, but I want to do the rest of that before, and I want to see how much I have left. I'll go up over the tunnel right here and over into the other side. And the other side needs cleaned out. I might as well go ahead and take one of those seatbelt pieces. A lot of this stuff I left loose, like a seatbelt right here. I need to tighten that up. I just need to go all over this thing and make sure that I get everything that I want to. I also need to close the top. I should put a battery tender on this thing so it doesn't go completely dead again, but I do have one somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. And but yeah, I'm happy with the progress. That seat bracket was haunting me. I knew I could do it. It looked pretty good, and we can get the seat bolted down now with carpet, which is exciting. Friday I look to have the interior finished. I'll call it now. Well, mainly finished. The seat, there are the speaker covers. I still don't know what I'm doing there. I might get mesh or something and just bolt on there. Or I'd go to the hardware store and just get black screening, like for a screen door. And I need to make like a trim ring or something. If you put a trim ring around it, you put the screen down and then put a trim ring around it, it actually wouldn't look as bad, but you'd have to make a trim ring, so it would be kind of hard. I don't know, we'll figure something out. I want them to look good, so yeah. Anyway guys, if you like this, go check out some of my other videos, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out!